Hello, my name is Frank Fukuyama. I am the Mosbacher Director of the Center on Democracy, Development, and the Rule of Law at Stanford University. And I'm really delighted to be able to talk to Salma Mousa, who is one of our incoming class of postdoctoral fellows at CDDRL. I'm particularly happy to be able to do this because Salma is a graduate of the Stanford Political Science Department, and while she was there, she was my teaching assistant, and I need to catch up with her. So Salma, welcome to CDDRL. So tell me, what is it that you're working on now, and how are you planning to spend the year?
Right now, I'm working on two research agendas. The first one is about the tools and strategies that we have for building social cohesion between migrants and host societies, but also between different religious and ethnic groups in the Middle East, but also in the US. And my second research agenda is on how we can best integrate refugees in the US, both economically as well as socially.
And how are you using experimental methods, in this kind of research? Because I know that it was pretty interesting and quite innovative as an approach.
So especially on that first research agenda on social cohesion, I look specifically at intergroup contact and its potential to unlock tolerance between different groups. And one of the reasons why that agenda has stalled in recent decades has been because people who are already more tolerant tend to choose to live in more diverse areas. And so it's really hard to understand the causal effects of contact. So what would happen if the average person were assigned to a diverse classroom or a diverse workplace or a diverse soccer team, someone who didn't necessarily make that choice to be in that setting. And so experimental methods are really useful to help us understand the causal effects of something like contact, regardless of someone's predisposition to be tolerant.
And do you think this might have implications for how you could actually roll this out in real world situations to improve intergroup contact?
I think it presents a stronger case for intergroup contact if you can say that I found these positive effects on contact in a fragile environment where contact doesn't tend to happen, and also where the participants didn't have any control over the level of contact that they got. And so these people are not necessarily a biased sample of the most tolerant people. They're kind of the average people in their societies. And so I think it makes contact more promising as a policy tool that could be rolled out in these touchstone national institutions like schools, like military training, like workplaces.
And then finally, why did you decide to come to CDDRL to do your postdoc work?
I've been floating around CDDRL during my time at Stanford, including teaching for Frank. But for me, it was a natural home, given that my work is very interdisciplinary. So work on intergroup contact and prejudice reduction and integration has a lot of implications for economics, for social psychology, for political science, for sociology, and I draw on different methods and theories from all of these places. And at the same time, I try to make my work as policy relevant and as situated in the real world with real world interventions as much as possible. So to get that interdisciplinary exposure and to have the chance to pick the brains and workshop my ideas with a group of scholars who are so policy oriented really fit my research model.
Well, that's really great. I'm super glad that you're here. So welcome again, and we're really looking forward to, the work that you're going to produce in the coming year. Thanks very much for talking.
Thanks so much, Frank. I'm excited to be here.